First of all, thank you for letting us spend a day in classrooms at Irmo Middle, and we really enjoyed seeing the teaching and learning that was happening and getting to know you and your students, so appreciate that. We want to share some highlights that we felt like were strengths that we wanted to shout out. That's something that we do in EL, is we give shout outs and have praise circles at the end of the day. So one shout out that we had was how pleasantly surprised we were for a school that hasn't even begun really implementing expeditionary learning yet, that you were using learning targets, that they were in every single classroom. And not only were they posted, but teachers were using them.
Yeah, we could see evidence of they had been unpacked towards the beginning of the lesson sometimes, so like circles around certain words or underline certain words. We were able to ask students what they were doing, and students could let us know which learning target they were working on. And we heard from students that towards the end of classes, teachers will refer to those learning targets again, whether or not they hit the target, and invite
Use
students
that hand signal, by the way.
to hit the target. And invite students to reflect with each other on whether they hit the target and how. So really,
What was their
giving
evidence that they
for
hit the target?
the learning that they had done.
Kids talked about really liking learning targets, that it made it clear what they were supposed to learn, and how what they were doing in class connected to that. A couple girls told me that they didn't like learning targets because they made them learn too much, that they felt like they were learning more now as a result of learning targets,
I
which was
also saw that
interesting.
they tended to be well written in the sense that the verbs used were accessible. It's something that described the actual learning happening, not like a task you would do with the learning, or not just like directly from a standard, but an accessible verb like explain or describe or create, that you'd really be able to collect evidence for, or that a student themselves could track their progress towards.
And some higher level ones like compare and analyze. I saw in one
apply.
classroom. Yeah. Kids were very well behaved and respectful and pleasant to
welcoming.
talk to. Yeah. And we were impressed by the teacher and student report. It was clear that you have great relationships with your students, that you like your students. It may sound silly to say this, but
It's not the case everywhere.
we enjoyed being in your classrooms and spending time in them, and there was a pleasant tone throughout.
A pleasant and respectful tone towards the students. And of course we expect, of course students are supposed to be respectful toward the teachers, but it was lovely to hear teachers being respectful towards the students, and it creates what felt to us like just a safe place, like a safe environment.
Closing.
So Myra mentioned how lovely it was for you to invite us in. We felt really free to talk to students while we were in your classes, and that to me is a huge piece of getting a sense of the school, so thank you extra for that.
I'm willing to talk to us too and engage in that. And, very welcoming. Sarah was a nice celebrity today. People were excited to see her, which
And
is
it
a
was
good
so
sign.
fun to see all of you again, and I can't wait